What's going on, everybody? It's me, Chavez, back with another video, but my first prize picks video. So very happy to be sharing with you props I'm playing today over on prize picks. I've been on prize picks for about 2 years now, having a lot of fun. Win a little money, lose a lot of money, rinse and repeat. That's how it goes. So I got 3 player props that I want to share with you today. A little off the board with these, so I hope you enjoy them. Maybe you've had your eye on these. If not, maybe I can open you up to taking a different position on the Bills and Bengals game. But I want to start off with the Buffalo Bills defensive sack prop. 3 sacks for the Buffalo Bills. And I think we can get this for sure because, for a couple of reasons. Number one, Bengals offensive line banged up, down 2 starters today. We already know what that looks like when the Bengals offensive line can't keep Joe Burrow upright. It gets nasty. Being on the road versus a tough Buffalo Bills defense that they're just getting healthier and healthier. Hostile environment, electric environment. I think you see the Bills defense get after this offensive line early. So I like the three sack prop. Hey, and if they don't hit over, then we hook it, and we still are alive for the rest of the slip. So I like that 3.0 sack prop. Joe Mixon over 3.5 receptions. Now, if you didn't know, I'm going to show you that the Buffalo Bills defense is not that good against the running backs and tight ends in terms of receptions. So as you can see, Joe Mixon's line of 3.5, he's hit this in 4 out of his last 7 games, and 7, 4, 4, 5. So he is, he's clearing it pretty easily. Let's go down to the beginning of December versus the Patriots. Let's start with Ramondre Stevenson, hauling in 6 passes on a 4.5 reception prop. Jets game, you had Tyler Conklin, 5 receptions on a 2.5 prop. The backfield of Zonovan Knight and Michael Carter combining for 5 receptions. So those 2 games, you can see the running backs and tight ends really working that Buffalo Bills defense. Scrolling all the way up to that Chicago game on Christmas Eve, Bears backfield, Montgomery and Herbert, 6 receptions combined. Cole Kmet, 5 receptions on a 3.5 prop. Going all the way back up to that Patriots game, last game of the regular season. Ramondre Stevenson, again, 5 receptions on a 3.5 line prop. Hunter Henry with 6 receptions on a 3.5 line prop. So there's some history here. Running backs and tight ends fare very well with their reception prop versus the Bills. So I like my odds on that one. Also, banged up offensive line. Again, Joe Burrow looking to get rid of the ball faster, checking it down to his running backs and getting his tight ends more involved. So I think those 2 plays correlate very well together. Then Joe Burrow and the Josh Allen combo combining for 545.5 passing yards. I like the under on this one. So you just heard me talk a little bit about how I think the Bills defense can get after Joe Burrow. If he's checking the ball down, it does limit some of the big play upside. Not saying that Joe Burrow is going to have a terrible game, but we are just looking for this to go under. If they combine for 545 yards on the dot, we clear it. 544.5, we clear it. It doesn't matter. So we don't need for either of these quarterbacks to have a terrible game. We just need this prop to just be slightly under that. So when you factor in also the weather could be a factor. I don't know if I still have this pulled up, but NFLweather.com shows 3rd and 4th quarter snow, 1 to 3 inches of snow. Does that impact the passing games for both Josh Allen and Joe Burrow? Probably. Could we be looking at more rushing attempts for Josh Allen and James Cook? Possibly. So That's why I like that prop to be on the under, more on the sacks for the Bills defense, and over on the Joe Mixon reception line prop. Let me show you a few of the slips that I am running today. You're going to see a lot of the same players going in on the Bills defense, either with individual statistic props or Bills defensive props. So Taron Johnson over 4.5 tackles plus assists, correlating that with the Josh Allen rushing attempts and Joe Mixon receptions. Bills defense, my theory here is they get after the Bengals offense, putting the ball back in Josh Allen's hands, giving him more opportunities to run the ball. I think he wants to come out and just make a statement today. He didn't have the best game last week, turning the ball over. He let the Dolphins back in that game by just being reckless with the ball. I think he wants to come out and clean it up and just, run some people over. So I like his rushing attempts over 8 today. And then scrolling down here, this is a very unique build, and I'm heavily invested in my game theory in terms of the Bills defense getting after the Bengals today, that weather being a factor. So Bengals having a hard time moving the ball, maybe Bills defense putting pressure on Joe Burrow, grabbing some sacks, causing the Bengals to punt a little bit more. Taron Johnson's in on a lot of those plays. And then if Joe Burrow doesn't have the ball in his hands, he can't pass. If Josh Allen's running the ball and the Bills are up late, probably going to limit his passing yards, all right? So I think these four correlate with each other very well. Dak Prescott, 21.5 passing completions. I think this correlates very well with the Zeke and Dalton Schultz touchdown prop there. Dalton Schultz is becoming Dak Prescott's number one target in that offense, and I think they want to get on the ball, but also I think Zeke eats today. So we just need one of these guys to score a touchdown. Zeke came very close to hitting that last week versus the Bucks. They stuffed him on the line a couple times, so I think he wants to eat today. It's the playoffs, divisional round. I think he wants to get in the end zone today. So again, we just need one touchdown from one of these guys, and if Dak Prescott can throw one of them a touchdown pass, that would be even better. Two props that I want to bring to your attention that have been taken off the board. Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, fantasy score for the first half, 8 points. Both of these players show up in big games. They are the alpha receiver on their teams, but they show up in the first half especially. So they shred their fantasy score line a lot. And I can't pull up their game log because it was taken down. But if you were able to get these props in, congrats. I think these are excellent props to play. I think they have a huge shot at converting, and I think that Prizepicks took it down because they realized that number was just way too low. Now I know I just shit all over the Bengals offense and Joe Burrow, but if there's one player that can defy the odds, come into a hostile environment and shut people up, it's Joe Burrow. He can do it with his legs. He can do it with his arm. He does not have to throw for a bunch of yards to hit a 20.5 fantasy score. If he throws 2 touchdowns and punches one in himself, throws for a little over 250 yards, you're looking at 20.5 fantasy score right there. So there you have it. Those are some plays that I am on for today's divisional round games. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite player prop of the day is, what you think about mine as well. Love to hear them if you like them or hate them. Either way, leave me a comment below letting me know. Listen, I hope we're all profitable today. I hope you have fun if you're playing on Prizepicks. And maybe we'll see each other in the winner's circle. And until my next video, Chavez is out.